She's a cancer survivor, a mother, and now an author who's written about her experiences in a new book called Hearing His Whisper. Lauren Miller joins us now with her story. Welcome, Lauren. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to be here.
You bet.
Thanks for having me.
Well, tell me first off a little bit about why you decided to write this book.
Well, actually, this book is my personal journal, and it actually started about 5 years before the cancer hit. And to be honest with you, it just came from a simple prayer. There's a verse in the Bible that says, "Speak, Lord, your servant's listening." And so I said, well, hey, if God spoke to those people then, I'm sure he speaks now. So that was kind of my beginning intention, that if I ask a question or if I have a desire for certain wisdom, that I can ask and the answers will come. So I started a personal journal, and it's basically my conversations with Jesus back and forth, 5 years prior to when the cancer hit, and then when the cancer hit, it got a lot more intense. It's broken up into a couple different sections, but there's a section entitled During. And what's very interesting about that is that when I went back to do the book on tape, and I was actually rereading it, I had to stop several times because I was so moved, because I don't even remember writing it, because I had 16 chemos, and I had what's called chemo brain, so I could barely even remember basic nouns or verbs at the time, and so I was compromised that way in my ability to communicate and my ability to write, for sure, which to me is just a testimony to the strength of God in spite of my weaknesses. Once again, in the middle of the night, I would be woken up and just be moved to pick up my pen, and then it started to flow. But as I mentioned, I didn't even remember writing a lot of the information in here, but now just seeing the magnitude of the number of people that have been inspired and encouraged by it, I could totally see what God was doing. I just need to get out of the way.
Well, and that's so neat too, that I imagine at the time your writing was really helping you, and now it's helping
absolutely,
others.
Absolutely. That's the magnificent part about it. You know, for me it was an outlet, and then I would actually send it out because I was in youth ministry for about 20 years, and then I had a business called Faith and Fitness where I was working with women, and this was before the cancer hit. I have a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo, so I used that with my ministry training to create my own business to empower women and some men in the areas of emotional and physical and spiritual well-being and inner balance. And then the cancer came. So there was a lot of questions that hit me at that time, because physically speaking, I was at the top of my game, but yet there was many, many lessons that I needed to learn, and learned very, very quickly facing my death, because they gave me a 50% chance of survival, and I had 3 kids, and it was 1 week prior to my final divorce court date, so it's all in here. It's very explosive at times. I gave myself permission to feel many times without any judgment. So,
sure.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. Truly, it was a journey into life, and now I'm seeing how my journey into life is drawing in multitudes. It's amazing how, when you walk through suffering and vulnerability, going through the experience of being bald and breastless, and how that evokes love within the human heart and connection instantly when people hear the story.
An inspirational story.
Yeah,
really.
that's you know, as I've been inspired by multitudes of people too. So.
Well, I'm afraid we are out of time, but I want to put some information up on the screen for folks. You can get her book at all major bookstores and on Amazon.com. Again, it's called Hearing Her Whisper, and you can get more information also on her website, laurenmiller.com, if you would like more information. Thanks again for joining us.